Hi, friends. If you're ever in New York City, you might want to visit the First Chinese Presbyterian Church on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. It's an old Gothic historic building. In fact, it's the second oldest church building in New York City. It was originally built by the Dutch Reformed Christians in 1816. When that congregation disbanded, another congregation acquired it in 1864, and that congregation's name was the Church of Sea and Land. This was the busy harbor district of New York City, and so there were thousands of sailors filling the streets every day. The pastor of the Church of Sea and Land was Edward Hopper. Hopper was a lifelong New Yorker and a graduate of the University of the City of New York and Union Theological Seminary, which is in the heart of Manhattan. After serving churches in Greenville, New York, and later in Long Island, he returned to Manhattan to engage in pastoral and evangelical work among the sailors. He often composed hymns for his sailors. One of them was called Wrecked and Struggling in Mid-Ocean. On May 3rd, 1871, he wrote a poem prayer called Jesus, Savior, Pilot Me, and it was published anonymously in the Sailor's Magazine. In Philadelphia, an ailing composer named John Edgar Gould saw a copy of this poem and was deeply moved by it, and so he composed music for it the night before he sailed to Africa. He was going to Africa to try to regain his health. Gould died in Algiers 4 years later. But the hymn, Jesus, Savior, Pilot Me, developed a healthy following in the churches in America, and especially those who ministered to seafarers. The sailors and the parishioners of the Church of Sea and Land numbered this hymn among their very favorites, dubbing it the Sailor's Hymn. And they had no idea that their pastor was its author. That fact remained hidden for years until Hopper finally disclosed it at an anniversary celebration of New York's Seamen's Friend Society. On April 23rd, 1888, suffering from heart disease, Hopper sat in the chair of his study preparing to write another hymn. At the top of the page, he wrote the title, Heaven, and then he passed. Among his belongings was found the original manuscript for Jesus, Savior, Pilot Me. Our choir sang this hymn this past Sunday at the 11 o'clock service. If you missed it, you can always go to our website and watch it. I'm going to play it for you. Here's the first verse. Jesus, Savior, pilot me over life's tempestuous sea. Unknown waves before me roll, hiding rocks and treacherous shoal. Chart and compass came from thee, Jesus, Savior, pilot me.